This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com, and I'm with Rip Rogers. Do you want to explain the shirt you're wearing?
What the fuck is it? I can't see. Can I cuss on this son of a bitch?
I'll bleep it out, but yeah.
Okay, well that's fancy, and I got fancy, so I got the free t-shirt on, I got the t-shirt underneath that, the t-shirt underneath that, so I got 3 t-shirts on. The reason I got 3 t-shirts on, because I flew out here to Cauliflower Alley, and every time I'm on the goddamn airplane, they lose shit, so I just got my fanny pack, my regular clothes, and I'm going to train 3 hours every day, and I might stink a little bit, but what the hell, right?
And you're good friends with the Poffo family over numerous years. You wrestled for their company. I assume that you watched the Vice documentary on Randy and Elizabeth?
No, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched TV in over 3 years.
Really?
No, I don't watch any TV, and I'll get stuff on my phone is how I keep up with the wrestling business. I don't follow politics, don't give a rat's ass, don't give a shit. And I know I lived with Randy for 4 years, so I probably know him better than anybody in this world besides his family. And I know the stuff that's going to be TV, some of it's going to be true, some of it's going to be not so true. And I don't want to see anything that's not so true, and I get upset about it. Because Randy, at one time, he was like my best friend, he was my mentor, he taught me almost everything I know about this business. And he was nutcakes and I was nutcakes, and we had a hell of a run and we had a hell of a good time.
You also wrestled in Canada a lot, actually, for Emile Dupree. What brought you out there the first time?
Well, the first time, that was when I was just starting in the business. I'd been working TVs for Dick the Bruiser, The Old Sheik, Don Pruitt, Nick Goulas, around there, and I was Lanny's tag team partner in a Christmas spectacular down in Nashville. And then Paul Christie, I was working for Dick the Bruiser, he said, hey, the Poffos are going to work the Maritimes with Emile Dupree. So he gave me Randy's number. So I called Randy up on the phone, and he said, hey, come on in. I said, look, I'm green, I ain't worth a shit, but I got a good attitude. He said, well, that sounds like what we're looking for. So he was married to me, and I was Hercules Samar in the Maritimes the first time in 1978, summer, and I was the FS, the fucking shits. And he would carry me 40 minutes every night, and I could not do anything. And I was the worst talent in the history of pro wrestling today. So that just shows if you keep at it, you get some good guys to help you, to work with you, to mentor you, you can eventually become pretty good.
And you've trained a lot of the top WWE stars. It looks like we might be doing a longer interview with you this weekend. Yeah, so I'll save some of that for that, because I know the fans will want to know those stories in more details. But maybe just name off maybe a few of the top ones that come to mind of the most famous guys you've trained.
Well, I was at OVW. I'm still there. I've been there for 20 years. And I've sent 65 guys that got jobs with WWE, but these are the guys that come in the beginner's class on their own dime. These are the guys like JTG, like Santino, like Armando Estrada, like Serena Deeb, who's works at the Performance Center now, and Abraham Washington, he was there. And but 65 guys have got jobs as referees, stooges, managers, creative, and wrestlers. So had a nice run there. So the guys that work hard, John Cena was there, Brock was there, Batista was there, a lot of good guys were there, a lot of guys that work hard, got a lot of guys that learned the business, a lot of guys that had a serious attitude about it, but half the time they were always shooting. There was Brock shooting all the time, Shelton was Shelton Benjamin, Shelton would shoot all the time, and they would half-ass hurt each other all the time, and we had to get to practice and everything. But I remember Brock would drive the ring truck, and John Cena, his first night in, we were in Freetown, Indiana, and he was just smiling like a motherfucker because he was in the wrestling business and he was having a good time, and he was built, he was jacked, he had a good fucking attitude, and look at that sumbitch now.
And the last thing I'll ask you about before we close off here is that story from Mick Foley's book about you grabbing Barry Windham's keys from a toilet that had been used or something. Is that a true story?
Oh yeah, it's a true story, and I just got mad at Mick because he's taking my stories, put them in his book, so he's getting over on me, right? And it was so, you couldn't make nothing like that. But it's not a big deal to me because At the time, I had either 12 dogs and 16 cats, or 16 cats, or whatever it was. You know what I mean? And I left the doors open, and if the old dog shit on the fucking floor, I just pick it up in my hand and put it in the toilet and flush it, right? So it wasn't no big deal to me. But Barry paid me $61. It was all the money he had in there. But the story is all true, and yes, I'm guilty as charged.
And you're on Twitter. Do you want to share that with us?
Oh, hell yeah. Hustler2754. You can hear my old ideas. Wrestling still works. Mountain Dew still works. And Colonel Sanders still works. And the wheel still works. So quit trying to change wrestling. Just give us good guy, bad guy of old style wrestling. Just sell and come back.